Hello everyone. We can just kind of wait here until the notification goes out. Oh, don't want my feet in there. Sorry for the giant delay. I actually walked into town for a market, so that was fun. I got this cool Nordic looking ring. It's made out of sterling silver and was actually pretty cheap for silver. And this dragon bracelet, which I love. Hi. It's actually been a better day. I'm getting happier here. There's a small college update too. Well, not really that small. But I applied to 3 different campuses. One was LA, one was Channel Islands, and the other was Bakersfield. I just got accepted to Channel Islands. So, it's probably not where I'm going, but Cal State Channel Islands. I want to go to the LA campus, so if I don't get into that one, then I might not even transfer, but there's a chance. It's an option. Yeah, well, I got into Channel Islands. You're here, am I surprised? Not really. I'm grateful that you're here, though. My fan is doing its best back there. Having up decorations that really do help. Like, I can't even express how much having decorations does help in a dorm. Unfortunately, my toothless light did fall. Hi, everyone. Who's my roommate? I haven't met a lot of them yet. Today is still a move-in day, so a lot of people are still coming. It's so weird. It's like no one lives here. So I'm hoping that they just haven't moved in yet. I did enjoy my boba today. I'm hoping that no one has... Like, I walk out into the living room of the suite and nobody's there. I'm the only one that's used even a shelf. I haven't even heard a toilet flush. Like, I know people live here, but do they? I haven't yet to seen any evidence of them. It's so strange, and the doors are always closed, but there's names on them, so, like, I know people live there. Those are people's dorms. But I've yet to see them. Thank you so much, Foster. Yeah, it's crazy. I walked out while I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, it's eerily quiet, and then I stopped. And I just kind of walked around in my socks for a minute looking at stuff, and there was nothing to look at because nobody was there. Crazy. The toothless light fell down and scared the absolute ever-loving fucking shit out of me. Because it landed on the shelf, which had a giant clang. But it did not break. Toothless light is okay. Room tour? Yeah, it's a little messy right now. And a little dark. But I do that so it won't get hot. Okay. We have my shows up here. Desk area, which is covered in stuff. TV for gaming and such. This is my camera. I can't get the PS5 to work. I would have streamed on the PS5 if the Wi-Fi was working. My wardrobe filled with clothes and covered in my girlfriend's kisses. Wait, let me see if I can turn this around. Here we go. Covered in Quinn kisses, some art. The toothless light used to be there, but it fell, so now it's here. My girlfriend's art again. My little dragon. I think I might just get an ear piercing soon. Hi, Axel. Where's Axel's sub? What are you doing in here? Naked without your sub. Wait. You have to write about AI for school and write some good benefits about it. Do you know any? So I'm against most AI, but there are benefits to making things easier. Not generative AI, but like, any use of AI instead of an artistic endeavor is wrong. Any use of AI to pass along as your own work is wrong. However, there's like, you know, what time is it? Or such little things like that where it can give you quick responses. It does make life easier when it's a tool and not as like a safety net. AI that scans for cancer cells, absolutely. Yeah, I wish we were too. Were you gonna be Twilight Sparkle, or were you gonna be Spike? Am I gonna be closer to Gwen? I mean, supposedly, I accidentally let it slip that I was transferring to my friends today. I had apparently only told one of them, so it was a surprise to the other two, and now I think they're upset with me for not telling them until the moment I got accepted to another school. So there's that. I have dinner in a little bit with them, but it's okay. I haven't been accepted to the campus I want, but I have been accepted to one of them, so that's cool. If the transfer is successful, then I will be going to college in California. What's for dinner? I never know until I get there. It's a dining hall, so you know. You never know. I love my dragons so much. We actually had to stop. We were walking through the Sunday market, which is, by the way, I love the Sunday market. It's a bunch of independent artists. It's where I wish to my core that I could take Quinn. I actually got Quinn a gift while I was there. They're really pretty nails. You know, if you subscribe, you will not have ads, by the way. If my roommate not sleeping... No, I have sweet mates. Kim, why are you apologizing for spam? I didn't even get any spam. I've, like, never genuinely found you irritating. I hope you know that, Kim. What was I talking about? Oh, I got her some really pretty nails. We're missing what? Oh, right. It's because the people have ads. I do like that I have scenery now that I can change, because I have an amazing view out my window of a brick wall. That's not cool. Do I prefer boba tea? Yes. Duh. I know a couple of not annoying British people. They're the only ones I know. Most British people are pretty tolerable. You do get a bad egg once in a while. One time, I was answering DM requests, and I have no idea if he was lying. And he was like, I'm British. And I said, oh, cool, I'm American. And then he immediately said, what color are your underwear? And this is, of course, at a time where I was still, like, answering people, because I hadn't, like really blown up yet. I was still, answering people. And so I said, guys, please don't report me for, like, sharing this story. And so I was like, do you normally ask teenagers that on the internet? Like, that's kind of disgusting. And then his next message was like, I love you. Would you pee through your underwear for me? And I was like, I have a girlfriend. Anywho's. Yeah, I blocked him after that. Really hope my neighbors didn't hear that. Hi, Kim. What did you do, Brooklyn? Yeah,
turns out he knew that he lost after I sent a very long explanation about why Tylenol actually doesn't cause autism, because most people just believe what they hear or don't believe what they hear based on who said it. And so research was done. I asked someone with an actual doctorate degree why people believed it, why what they were saying was wrong, and can now prove that wrong and say words that this person did not understand because he just sent me a YouTube video and was like, this explains it. That's not a conversation. But anyways, this Dutch person was for Trump, is what Yellow was asking. Of course people actually believed that. Tylenol does not cause autism. Tylenol could cause oxidative stress, which, one, can be caused by anything. It's kind of like inflammation. Like inflammation, a headache can be caused by inflammation and cause inflammation. Kidney stones can cause inflammation in any area. An allergic reaction can cause inflammation. A lot of things can cause oxidative stress. Tylenol can sometimes cause that if you're taking an overdose amount. So if you overdose on Tylenol, you will get oxidative stress. Okay? That doesn't cause autism. But they're saying it does cause autism in pregnant women. And it doesn't. There is no tie to that. There is no research that points to that. In fact, there's plenty of research that doesn't point, like there's plenty of research that proves that wrong. Really, Neri? That's so cool. I don't have consent to kill you. Aw, rats. Fine. Consent is key. You chipped your tooth? How'd you do that? Yeah, if you're autistic, there's nothing wrong with that. Release the Epstein files, though. I shouldn't have said that in front of my Alexa. Maybe I should unplug that thing. Anyways. It doesn't want to unplug. There. Now it can't listen to me. I'm gonna put a fan under my shirt. Oh gosh. Yeah. It's crazy how people are questioning the existence of autism right now. Because, research in autism has come up. No one was questioning the new discoveries of galaxies, the amount of galaxies we discovered when telescopes got better. It's almost as if we got better at looking for it. Not that it exists more now. What? You mean people aren't just weird sometimes? Bye, Ella. Have a good night's sleep. Because you cannot clone meatballs. Exactly. Every meatball is unique. You guys want to see the cool thing I got at the market? Wait, you're gonna have to have that block for a second. I'm trying to undo it. I can't. Huh. Let me see if I can. It took 2 people to put this on. Okay. This is a bracelet. It's a little dragon. See? And when you press the back of his head, his mouth opens. And over here, this little hook you put in his mouth to close it. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we actually don't know how autism is created. All we know is what it is. We still don't know what causes autism. It's just that more, like, okay. A lot of autistic people also get infantilized because when babies are creating neural pathways and when you're growing up and those get cut off in your brain when you don't need them anymore, it's It's like tuning or trimming a bush of all the branches that you don't need over time as the bush is growing. Autistic minds don't cut them off, or especially not as fast, and so it takes longer for our brains to develop, and sometimes they just permanently develop differently. And so that's what that is. So those neural pathways that like, oh, I want to touch that. That looks really shiny and cool and I want to keep that forever, that you have as a baby, sometimes doesn't get cut off. So that's why autistic people have special interests with things that don't serve them or like aren't really important in anybody else's minds. You know, that's why they have trouble with things and aren't able to adjust as easily because, you know, your brain is not letting you, really. Your brain is not adjusting, and therefore you are not adjusting. And that's what autism is. And everybody has it at a different severity. And sometimes about different things, because everyone's brain is unique, and what our mental gardener decides to trim off is different for everyone. We just know that autistic people have a lot that are supposed to be trimmed and aren't. You know? Oh dear, Brooklyn. How do you chip your tooth on a paperclip? You're like 13. You're supposed to have those teeth for the rest of your life. That's not good. Guys, when did you lose your last tooth? Like, when was the last time you lost a tooth? And I'm only asking this to people who still have teeth, who don't still have teeth to lose. Like, when was everybody done losing teeth? Yeah, I think I was like 10 too. Maybe 9. How old were you when you lost your first tooth? Because I was like 4. Yeah, 4 is kind of early. I was early for a lot of things. I wasn't actually early to puberty at all, but I was early to lose my teeth. How would you explain dyslexia to somebody who doesn't believe in stuff like that? I mean, I don't have dyslexia, so take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But like, people recognize the patterns of letters. We've learned to do that for thousands of years, and people with dyslexia, their brains don't always recognize little patterns in letters as well or as coherently as people who don't have dyslexia. And that's something you're born with. It's something that can get better depending on who you are. Everybody has a different severity, it happens in different ways, but it's just a gap in cohesive comprehension of those letters and symbols. Like, there were probably dyslexic Egyptians too that couldn't understand hieroglyphics as well, you know? Have I ever thought about? Yes, I have thought about that. I want to go into PR or be a talent agent or, you know, something with communications. There's a very small chance that I'll go into real estate, but that's my backup. I'm going to college for communications. So the degree I have will be a communications degree. He's dead. He's dead. God knows. The wicked witch is dead. The wickedest witch that ever was is dead. How many years does that require? 4. I'm on my 2nd. The wickedest witch there ever was is dead. Goodness.
got something in my nose. Okay. Part 2 is coming out in November. Oh, I'm so excited. November is going to be a busy month. So is October. Do I get a master's degree if I do 5? No, I think I get a master's degree if I do 8. When will curl hair? Hi, Layla. I don't know when I'll curl my hair. When I use curly hair products, probably. Hi, Layla. So I have an update for you. This isn't the campus I want to go to, but I know that my applications are being looked at. Like, I know that because I got accepted to Channel Islands. Cal State, Channel Islands. That is my backup option in case I didn't get accepted to Cal State LA. It's still undecided for LA. I haven't heard from them yet. But, I do live in Seattle currently. But that was really cool today. I went to the Fremont Market. You know what, I just realized that I shouldn't have said that, but you have no idea how close I am, and I wear my school stuff all the time. I never really cared. I thought I just doxed myself, and I got really scared for a sec, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. If you know that I was in Fremont this morning. Anyways. No, I like took a breath and I was about to like delete the VOD or something. It doesn't matter. I forget that that's just a place. But the Fremont Sunday Market is actually a really cool place to go. I got this. You're actually under my bed right now. Now that I've said that. God damn it. Not again. Farts. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I was really homesick yesterday. But today it's a little better. ENFP is my MBTI. Quinn's is INTP, the same as Hiccup. You just turned 13 1 second ago? Happy birthday. What do you mean you're one dip? Oh! In the MBTI, what are you? Yeah, that's what I thought. ENFJ. She's dead. Good news. Anyways. The wicked witch is dead. The wickedest witch there ever was. Our unique ideas and thoughts on everything you come up with, and it's truly amazing. Oh,